September 11, 2001 is a date that shook not just America but the entire world. It is remembered as one of the most devastating terrorist attacks in history. What happened on this day? Who did it? And why? Let's delve into the story behind this event today. 911 is not just a number. It changed the course of American history. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Just a few minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 crashed into the South Tower. Both towers were 110 stories tall and were the pride of New York's financial district. But these attacks changed everything in an instant. The hijackers of Flight 11 crashed the plane into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, WTC, in New York City. The impact occurred between the 93rd and 99th floors. Hundreds of people were killed in this crash, including everyone on board the plane. Who was behind this attack? Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda. Osama bin Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden, born on March 10, 1957 in Saudi Arabia, was an Islamist dissident and terrorist leader who was the founder and first general emir of Al-Qaeda from 1979 until his death in 2011. Ideologically a pan-Islamist, he participated in the Afghan jihad against the Soviet Union and supported the activities of Bosnian Yugoslav wars. Bin Laden is believed to have been the mastermind behind the September 11th attacks in the States. Flights. American Airlines Flight 11 departed from Boston's Logan International Airport for Los Angeles. It had 11 crew members and 81 passengers on board, including 5 hijackers. A flight attendant on Flight 11 informed American Airlines that the plane had been hijacked. She reported that there was no response from the cockpit and that the hijackers had a bomb. Additionally, 2 other flight attendants and a passenger had been stabbed. It was later revealed that the passenger was Daniel Levin, who had previously served in the Israeli army and was believed to have attempted to stop the hijacking. Some believe he was the first victim of the attacks. Al-Qaeda prepared a group of 19 terrorists to carry out this attack. These terrorists hijacked 4 planes. 2 of these planes targeted the World Trade Center, 1 hit the Pentagon, and the 4th plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania when passengers and crew fought back against the terrorists. But why did Al-Qaeda carry out this attack? There were several reasons. Osama bin Laden was angry with the U.S. foreign policy and its intervention in the Middle East. Supporting Israel and its military presence in Muslim countries fueled deep hatred among bin Laden and his followers. For them, this attack was not just an act of revenge, but a message that America's power could also be challenged. What was most shocking was that both towers, which were 110 stories high, collapsed within just a few hours. No one had imagined that such massive and strong towers could fall in this manner. The collapse was so devastating that dust and debris spread across the entire New York City. In the aftermath of these attacks, chaos ensued in New York. People were searching for their loved ones buried under the rubble, and rescue operations continued relentlessly. About 3,000 people lost their lives in this attack, and thousands were injured. This attack was not just on a building, but also on America's confidence and security. However, the impact of this attack was not limited to the U.S. The whole world condemned the attack and stood with America. Britain, France, India, and several other countries intensified their struggle against terrorism after this event. This attack made the world question how a small terrorist group could execute such a massive event. It was a direct attack on the American mainland, an event that Americans had never experienced directly before. But it also had long-term destructive consequences worldwide. More than 90 countries lost their citizens in the attacks, including 67 people from Britain. The events of September 11 directly led to the start of the war in Afghanistan. The U.S. declared a war on terror and subsequently an invasion of Iraq. Both countries continue to struggle with conflict today. The effects of Flight 9/11 were also felt in our country, as many governments, including Britain, began introducing new anti-terrorism laws to address the potential threat of international terrorism. Today, a memorial stands at that place in New York, reminding us that we will never bow down to hatred and terror. This memorial is dedicated to the thousands of innocent people who were killed that day. but it also reminds us that we must never give up our fight against terrorism. If you found this video informative, please like it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's your responsibility to spread this information to as many people as